Wish you all a very happy Independence Day. In this video, we are going to talk about freedom. Not the historic freedom of India. We are going to talk about the personal freedom of your life. Somewhere down the line, once you are out of your college or once you get into a job or you start your own business, you get into this loop of working and achieving things in your life. You go to one level, then you increase your expectations for that level. Then you increase your potential, you increase your milestone, and this goes on, right? So that is how you grow. That is how you become better. But somewhere down the line, most of the people get stuck in a loop where they get into situations and they get into circumstances where they're not able to free themselves. They're not able to actually feel the freedom that they have, or they put themselves in situations where they cannot actually feel that freedom, or they get stuck in that loop which breaks any chance of freedom they can have in their life. Now, if you watch any of my early videos, I always focus on three major things in life which every individual should focus upon. And in this video, we are going to talk about two simple elements or two exercises everyone can do in order to make sure you achieve freedom in these top three factors of life. The top three factors are health, wealth, and relationship, and these are two elements or two activities you can do in each factor to achieve freedom in that particular sector of life. The first one, wealth. When it comes to wealth, number one, get rid of any debt you have. If you have any loans, EMIs, you need to get rid of it as soon as possible, because you never know the amount of interest you're going to pay or the amount of money you're going to pay for that. That itself is a huge roadblock for many people out there. Either it can be people who go for a job, people who are entrepreneurs, people who are running businesses. Now, I'm not against taking loan, because if you take the right amount of loan for the right objective, such as growing your business, you can actually use that loan in much better ways. But if you're consuming debt just for having a good life or to buy something, it's not the good kind of debt you should have. Especially if you don't have a business background or if you don't have a sustainable way of making money. So that is the number one factor that you should focus upon. The second thing is avoid shiny object syndrome. So what does this mean? Let's say iPhone launches its newest model. You immediately go and get it. Let's say you wanted to buy anything, a new bag, a new shoe, a new watch, anything. You just saw it, you loved it, you immediately purchased it. You have a credit card, you swipe it, because the money you need to pay it later, right? So you do it, and that way, any new shiny object that comes up in terms of phone, headset, cars, jewelry, dresses, anything new comes up, you immediately go and you purchase it. That is called shiny object, and you need to avoid shiny object syndrome in all cases. That way you can save a good amount of money, and at the same time you can become emotionally resilient. Number two, health. When it comes to health, it's extremely simple. Number one, work out regularly. Do you know that only 17% of the people in the entire world actually work out regularly? So if you start working out regularly, you have a huge chance, and even if you do it for 6 months, you will be in the top 5%. Now, you may not make that much money to be in the top 5%, but if you have a great physique, you can still be in the top 5%. And number two, it's one of the hardest things to do, but if you're able to do that when it comes to health, you can achieve great things in life. That is to get rid of sugar. Once you get rid of sugar, now trust me, sugar is as addictive as cocaine. Now this may sound harsh, but that is the truth. It's extremely addictive. But the only thing is it has been standardized, so we don't know that. But sugar is extremely bad for your health. Now it's not like you can't have sugar at all. Once in a while, once in a month, once in every 2 weeks, that's completely fine. But don't overindulge, especially in your day-to-day life. That will cause you huge amount of health and emotional problems later in your life. The third important factor in life is relationships, and there are two good rules for relationship if you want to have great relationships with everyone. The first rule is by Mark Manson. It is fuck yes or no. If you don't feel a fuck yes towards someone, when it comes to relationship, you shouldn't be okay, you shouldn't be maybe I'll work it out. You shouldn't have these doubts when it comes to relationship. When you're with a person, after getting to knowing that person, once you are into that phase of, let's say, dating or about to get married, you should have this feel, yes, this is the person I want to live my life with, and it should be a fuck yes on that decision. It shouldn't be, no, I'll manage, I'll adjust. That's not the kind of relationship that you should go into. If you don't feel a fuck yes towards someone, it's a no. That's a very harsh and that's a very brutal way of making a decision, but it works every time. And the second rule when it comes to it is, in any kind of relationship, you need to have honest and vulnerable communication. Once you start sugarcoating things, once you start saying things you don't mean actually, your relationship will take a toll. And it's just a matter of time before your relationship fails. So it's always better to be upfront, say whatever you feel, whatever you mean, and have that honest communication, because when you're honest, you may upset the person for some time, but at the end of the day, you made it very clear that this is what you mean, this is what you are, and this is who you are. And if the person still wants to be with you, wants to listen to you, that is a fuck yes person. So these are some of the rules you should follow if you want to achieve freedom in your personal life.